for lunch going forward and answer everybody's questions instead of making different videos. But you tell me, audience, what do you like better? All right. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this video to your friends. Let them know I answer questions for free, anonymously with a live video, which is awesome. I'm a CPA. I'm obsessed with personal finance. I read a lot of freaking books. I know a lot of stuff, and I've been able to accumulate a pretty significant net worth by following basic principles that don't involve day trading or doing stupid crap that, other YouTubers tell you to do. They don't know crap about anything except that stocks go up. All right. Anyway, I have another question from it was a comment on one of my videos, and he said, we'll call him Mr. K. He said, can you make a video about Dave Ramsey? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, maybe you can talk about things you like and don't like. For example, I like his emphasis on avoiding debt, but I hate his investment advice as he suggests mutual funds and financial advisors. Well, I'm on the same page as you, kinda. When it comes to his debt advice is stellar. When it comes to paying off your credit cards, he looks at it from more of a behavioral standpoint. So if you have a ton of credit card debt over multiple credit cards, financially, it makes sense to pay off the high interest one first. But psychologically, it might make more sense for you to pay off your low balances first and then roll that money into the other credit cards. That's the debt snowball. So that makes sense to me. I mean, financially, it doesn't make sense to pay off high interest credit cards last. But, if that works for you, then I understand why he teaches that. So I'm not against that. The only thing I don't like about his debt advice is paying off your mortgage early. I don't agree with the 15-year mortgage, and I don't agree that you should pay off your mortgage fast. Now, it's not the end of the world if you pay off your mortgage. You're not like a loser if you pay off your mortgage. But if you're paying a 15-year mortgage, you're actually paying way more freaking money in monthly payments. Sure, you're saving on interest, but think about the interest you're losing by not investing and owning every company in the world over 15 years. For example, if you have a $2,000 mortgage with a 15-year and you have a $1,500 with a 30-year, that's $500 extra dollars you're paying towards your mortgage. But what if you took that $500 and you maxed your freaking Roth IRA every year? And inside that Roth IRA, you bought a total world stock market index, either, a mutual fund or VT. Would you maybe make some interest? It's not interest really, but wouldn't you make some interest off of that as opposed to saving a little bit of interest on your mortgage? Yeah, you would. And if you have a 30-year mortgage, you actually have more financial flexibility. Let's say you fall in hard times. Well, guess what? Your mortgage payment isn't as big. So you actually don't have to make as much money to freaking survive. But if you have a 15-year mortgage, your payment is much higher. And in that case, it's much harder to survive because you have to make that mortgage payment. So I don't like the 15-year mortgage thing that he does. And I don't like paying off your house early. I think you should own financial assets, own as many as possible, because that's how you build your wealth. Owning financial assets, owning stocks, owning every company in the world, owning Walmart, owning McDonald's, owning Amazon, owning Alibaba, everything. That's how you build your wealth. Not paying off one house quickly in one city, in one state, in one country, and locking that away in equity. That's not investing, okay? That's why I'm not a fan of paying off your mortgage early, because you can own the world or you can own a freaking house. I like the world better, but that's your choice. All right. So everything with his debt is good, except for the mortgage thing. I don't like that. And then you say you hate his investment advice as he suggests mutual funds and financial advisors. Well, I 100% agree that financial advisors are scum. They rip people off. They try to confuse people. They make it seem like investing is hard. And they basically just steal, probably a third or more of your retirement. And they don't even really provide any value. Now, a financial advisor is not some super skilled investment professional. I was a financial advisor about 5 years ago, I think, maybe a little bit less. And I know way more now than I did back then, okay? But at least back then I knew that I was still ripping people off, which is why I quit the job after 2 months. Because what they do is they usually charge you upfront sales fees. They'll take 5-6% of every money you put in with them. Then they'll put you in actively managed mutual funds, which have terrible tax consequences. That's another ripoff. And they charge recurring fees on that balance. So you might be paying 6% up front to invest, and then after that, you're probably paying 1 to 2% per year. What do I do in my own personal investments? I pay 0 to invest, And then every year I pay about 0.08%. Okay. So I pay about 20 times less in fees than a financial advisor does. Okay. And I actually have more tax efficient investments because I don't have my money in actively managed mutual funds. I save money on taxes because I own ETFs and I own index funds. That's how you save money. But a financial advisor, they're going to put you in all sorts of crap. So yeah, they're freaking scum. And I don't like how Dave Ramsey does that. I don't like it. But, he must get some kind of kickback or whatever because he refers people to a person with the heart of a teacher. They're so amazing. But really, they're freaking scum that rip you off. All you have to do, if you don't know what you're doing, put your money in a freaking target retirement fund in a tax advantage account like your IRA or your 401k. Start contributing. And while you're doing that, go learn more about investing. Go read Bogleheads. Learn about why index funds are superior. And then once you are a little bit more confident, then maybe you can move out of that target retirement fund and into your own, simplified portfolio. Or you could just leave it there. Either way, it's in a tax advantage account. So if you sell it at a gain, you're not going to pay any taxes. That's the way to do it. Put your money in target retirement funds and tax advantage accounts. Do your research and then determine what your portfolio is. You don't need to give your money to a financial advisor. That's just going to put you in garbage. They're scum. Just trust me, okay? I've made a number of videos about it, but people don't listen to me. They trust their financial advisors because they can make hot stocks, 10K, 10K, 10X, 10X. But they're scum. They don't know anything. They take a stupid test, which I blew out of the water, and they still don't know crap about investing, all right? Half the time, they're just giving you a sales pitch. And then you say you don't like mutual funds. Well, I disagree with you there. And I'm assuming that when you say you don't like that he puts you in mutual funds, I'm assuming that you are more of like an individual stock picker. And I just want to ask you a question. Do you think you know more than the market? If the answer is yes, then okay, maybe you can pick stocks. If the answer is no, then you should buy index funds. Now, I consider myself highly self-educated. I'm a CPA. I've studied investing for a long time. And in my personal humble opinion, I don't think I'm better than the market. I think the market knows a lot more about stocks than I do because the market is millions of people interacting, all pursuing their self-interest. And you can't predict what these people are going to do. You don't know where the market's going to go. You may think you're buying the best investment in the world, but everybody else is also looking at that investment, and maybe they know more than you. And maybe you're actually getting the short end of the stick. So no, I don't think you should pick individual stocks, if that's what you're suggesting. If you're talking about actively managed mutual funds, yeah, I agree with you. Dave's advice on that is freaking garbage. Dave Ramsey's advice, here's what he says. He says, and I've talked about this in other videos. He says, you should look at your mutual funds. You should pick actively managed mutual funds, and you should look at funds that have done well over the past 5 or 10 years. Well, think about that. If a fund has done well over the past 5 or 10 years, are you buying at a high? Maybe that fund manager did well for the past 5 or 10 years, but in the long run, these managers always go back and they usually revert to the mean, which means in the long run, they only do as well as the market. They may have some good years, but after they have those good years, maybe they bought a bunch of stocks that have run up and now they're peaked. So is it a good idea to look at mutual funds that have done well over the past 5, 10 years? No. What matters is that you buy an investment that you think is going to do well going forward. Past performance does not equal future performance. Past performance is meaningless. All that matters is that you're buying an investment at the right price. And going forward, you think that investment's going to do well based on whatever your analysis is. In my personal opinion, I just own the freaking world. I don't have time to analyze every single detail of the world economy. And I can't possibly know all the interactions that go on between millions or billions of different actors. So what I do is I just buy the world, I hold it at market cap weights, and I let the world sort itself out. So if US does good, well, I got US. If international does good, I got international. I don't have to worry about it. But if you follow Dave Ramsey's approach, he says, buy funds that have done well. Well, that's the worst freaking advice you can give somebody, okay? All right. Hey, bro, I'm 20 years old. I'm at a point where I'm lost in life. Interns. Have you considered the military? I mean, I know you might have come here from Aaron Clary, but I personally recommend the military as well, and I lived it. And if you're lost, you don't know what you're doing, and you're growing your debt, and you're just kind of like meandering, just join the freaking military, okay? Do a short tour. You can do the Air Force, whatever. And then when you get out, you have all these benefits, and you have those 4, 5, 6 years while you're in to kind of figure out your life. So that's my advice. But if you don't want to join the military, then you really need to look at what you think you might be good at, and then make a decision and go for it, because you eventually need some kind of skill. All right. And if you want me to do a more in-depth answer, then just, shoot me an email and we can talk about it. But, I'm not like a psychologist or whatever, but generally I'm going to push people as long as they're mentally able to join the military, at least for one tour. But anyway, that's it for Dave Ramsey. If you guys have any questions, overall, he sucks when it comes to investing. He's garbage. Listen to me. All right. Buy my book. I need money. But yeah, Dave Ramsey sucks in investing. He's okay at debt. So that's my personal opinion. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Let me know. If you have any questions, I'll make an anonymous video for you. Like the video. Please share this to all your friends. And here, let me answer one more question. Yeah, dude, join the military. Come on. Like, I hated the military, but I'm so glad I did it, because I have all these benefits, and now I'm set for life, okay? As long as you're not stupid in the military and don't, buy a new car and blow all your money and go into the club or whatever. So join the military, save your freaking money, put money in your TSP, and then when you get out, if you decide to, go use your GI Bill and get a good skill, and then you'll make money. It works for me. All right? Yeah, dude. Come on. Join the military. Anyway, let me know if you have any more questions. You guys have a wonderful day. I have to get back to work. Bye.